Welcome back to Clash Central, your hub for unbiased breakdowns of Europe's hottest political clashes. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest transatlantic storms of 2025, Donald Trump versus the European Union over migration. In his administration's new national security strategy, released on December 5th, Trump warns that Europe is facing civilizational erasure due to uncontrolled immigration. He claims the continent is decaying, with weak leaders allowing mass migration to erode culture, spike crime, and threaten national identities. The EU fires back, calling it divisive rhetoric while pointing to tougher policies and falling asylum numbers. Who's got the stronger case? We'll lay out both sides with facts, quotes, and context. No bias, just the clash. You decide in the comments. Let's break it down. The 33-page U.S. national security strategy, signed by President Trump himself, doesn't hold back. It states that Europe's economic stagnation is serious, but eclipsed by the real and more stark prospect of civilizational erasure within the next 20 years. The document blames mass migration, low birth rates, censorship of free speech, and suppression of political opposition. It warns that if trends continue, the continent will become unrecognizable, with some NATO members potentially becoming majority non-European. Trump's team argues that weak borders have led to rising crime, strained welfare systems, and loss of cultural confidence. They praise the rise of patriotic European parties, like Germany's AfD, France's National Rally, and Italy's Brothers of Italy, saying their growth gives cause for great optimism. The strategy even pledges that the US will cultivate resistance to Europe's current path by supporting these nationalist movements. In a follow-up Politico interview on December 9th, Trump doubled down. Europe is a different place. Their immigration policy is a disaster. Many of those countries will not be viable any longer. He called European leaders weak and hinted at endorsing aligned candidates in future elections. European leaders reacted swiftly and angrily. Commission President Ursula von der Leyen called the language unhelpful and divisive, emphasizing that the EU has dramatically hardened migration rules. The new Migration and Asylum Pact, finalized in 2024, introduces mandatory border screenings, faster deportations, and fines for countries refusing migrants. Frontex border forces have been expanded and deals with countries like Tunisia and Egypt aim to stop boats before they reach Europe. Stats back this up. In 2024 to 2025, asylum applications dropped significantly, down 11 to 23% in the first half of 2025 compared to peaks, with irregular border crossings falling 21% in the first 8 months. Overall violent crime in many EU states remains stable or declining, and studies show nuanced links to migration rather than a direct surge. Critics like former Swedish PM Carl Bildt slammed the US document as placing America to the right of the extreme right in Europe. Others accused it of echoing Great Replacement theories and interfering in EU democracy by backing far-right groups. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz rejected the idea that Europe needs saving, while EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas called it a provocation. Many see it as Cold War-style rhetoric at a time when transatlantic unity is needed against threats like Russia. This clash isn't just words, it's reshaping alliances. Trump's strategy signals a shift to America-first isolationism, questioning Europe's reliability as allies and focusing US efforts on the Western Hemisphere. Meanwhile, mainstream EU parties are shifting right on migration to counter far-right gains, partly validating Trump's points. The debate exposes deep divides. Is migration an existential threat destroying Europe's identity, or managed challenge with humanitarian balance? Far-right parties are energized, while pro-EU leaders warn of destabilization. As 2026 elections loom, this transatlantic rift could widen further. There it is, the full clash between Trump's warnings of civilizational erasure and the EU's pushback with policy changes and data. Team Trump or Team EU? Who's winning this battle? Let us know in the comments. Hit like if you want more deep dives, share with friends, and subscribe to Clash Central for daily European political breakdowns. Always both sides, always fair. Thanks for watching. Until the next clash.